Look at Vanderbilt Stadium, where they are renewing this rivalry here in the state of Tennessee. The series that goes back to 1892, but for the last 75 years really been owned by Tennessee. But Derek Mason making some inroads. Vanderbilt has won this back-to-back years, and 4 of the last 6. Jeremy Pruitt trying to put his stamp on the Tennessee Vanderbilt rivalry. Dave Neal alongside former Georgia quarterback and SEC champ DJ Shockley. Glad you could join us. We'll check in with Don Davenport in a moment. But obviously this is big. You got 2 teams at 5 and 6. Last couple of years, one of these teams, Tennessee hasn't been playing for a whole lot. But listen, let's face it, there's a lot on the line between these 2 teams.
So much on the line, and for both head coaches, it means so much. The ability to have extra practices for Jeremy Pruitt coming into this season. I think everybody thought this team was not where it's going to be where they're at right now. On the other side of the ball, you look at Derek Mason. They got a senior-laden quarterback, 3 seniors on the offensive line. In his 5th season, you expected them to already be bowl eligible. But this is a big game for both sides. The ability to be able to have extra practices and get their teams into a bowl game means a lot. And for Derek Mason, it may be ushering in, hey, a new AD coming in as well. So something good to put out there for his Vanderbilt team.
Vanderbilt wins the toss. They want the football, so they are back to receive. Paxton Brooks will kick it away. Jamari Wakefield is back to return it. And we're underway in Nashville. Very returnable kick. Wakefield will take it at the 5. And he is dropped at the 25-yard line. Down on the field, she'll be there all day, is Dawn Davenport. Let's check in with her now. Hey, Dawn.
Hey, Dave. Head coach Derek Mason said he felt like his team had been emotionally hijacked the last few weeks. Some unnecessary penalties. So his message to his team in this rivalry game, keep the emotions in check. Use your energy for execution. This week, the Vandy scout team was given free rein to get in guys' faces. They were allowed a little extra pushing and shoving, talk smack during practice. All of it to make sure these guys are ready and prepared to channel those emotions in a big-time chippy game.
Well, first play from scrimmage for Vanderbilt. They'll hand it off to Keyshawn Vaughn, who has been hard to stop the last 3 weeks. Kyle Shurmur, though, his last game in this rivalry with Tennessee, he has been exceptional throughout his career. You see what he has done with 20 touchdown passes this year. The senior out of Philadelphia, and he's been just solid all season. He's completing passes at a little over 61%. They'll need him to have a good game today.
Yeah, Dave, he is a big part of this offense, and obviously his arm will have to play a huge role in this ball game.
There's Vaughn. He'll get it out over the 30. Give him 4 on the carry. Keyshawn Vaughn, though, has just been a stud. 3 straight 100-yard games. And over those 3 games, he's amassed 481 yards. Look, that's more than Chandler and Jordan for Tennessee have accumulated all season.
Yeah, averaging 7 yards a carry. Big third down here, but you're in a position where you can give it to your big-time back on 3rd and 4 or allow your senior quarterback to make a play.
4-man rush. Shurmur stands in there, dumps it off underneath. They hit the tight end. Pinckney, maybe a yard. Schamberger's the first one there, and that'll force a punting situation. So Tennessee's defense stands tall on the opening possession.
And Tennessee plays zone on 3rd and 4. Vanderbilt tried to run some cross routes. They kept everything underneath, and that's one thing Coach Pruitt wanted to see out of his defense was more knockback hits, not allowing them to pick up that first down. I would be a successful first drive for Tennessee.
Parker Tomei back to punt. Boy, low line drive kick. That's a dangerous kick that could hit a Tennessee player. Instead, it takes a Vanderbilt roll inside the 10. It's still going. It may get to the 5, and it does. Wow, that was not pretty, but it was effective. 63 yards, and the Vols are backed up at the 5-yard line for their opening possession. And here comes Jarrett Garantano. 148 consecutive pass attempts without an interception. That is a school record. Although Jarrett only played a couple of series last week, left in the first quarter against Missouri. Practiced all week. Coach Pruitt told us this week that he felt like Jarrett would be good to go, and he is under center as we start. Callaway also on the field. He was banged up against Missouri last week in that game that just didn't go well. 50-17, the Tigers beat the Vols. Hand off to Chandler off the right side. He'll pick up 3.
Well, you can see the emphasis already for both teams. Wanting to start the game, running the football, stay at manageable downs. But for both offenses, you have to be good on first down. And both offenses were. Can Tennessee take advantage of a pretty decent gain on first down?
They'll line up in that pistol on a 2nd down and 7. Left side, it goes to Chandler, and he's out to the 15, and that is going to be good enough for a first down. Give him 7.5.
Some things that you love when you talk about having your quarterback in the ball game. He checked that play to the other side of the line of scrimmage because of the numbers. He did not want to run to the right side, checked it to his left side, and picks up a positive yards for a first down.
Garantano will throw. That one's batted straight down to the turf. Birchmeyer in there, getting his big paw up on it. Number 91, 6'4", 295, the sophomore out of Virginia. Quick slant over the middle. That pass is caught for a first down around the 28-yard line. Give that to Josh Palmer with a big catch. That's 13 yards. Well, that's a tough, gritty catch right there.
Yeah, that's a big-time catch. In traffic, 3-4 guys around him. But talk about the efficiency of Jared Garantano there on that particular throw, putting it right in his breadbasket.
Well, I'd like to say that I'm surprised, but I'm not. Tim Jordan breaks a tackle, and he'll pick up a couple of yards.
The guy who came up who almost made that play, Ladarius Wiley, Coach Mason's first recruit here at the University of Georgia. At the University of Vanderbilt, does a great job of coming up and filling that lane and forcing that ball to go back inside. But this is a tough, gritty Vanderbilt defense that's going to have to use that toughness to come up and make some plays today.
Blitz comes from the side. Garantano gets it off to Jordan. He is hit around the 43, stood up there. So now it'll be 3rd down after the 5-yard pickup. All about 3rd and 3.5 coming up for Tennessee. This drive started back at their 5-yard line, so if nothing else, they have an opportunity to flip the field here.
But you're in a position where you can run it or throw it. This is a manageable 3rd down. Jared's done a great job of making good decisions with the football. But you like where you are if you're Tennessee.
10th play of the drive. Or a 5-receiver look for Garantano. Blitz comes. He feels it. Overthrows Jennings. And that'll force the punt. Dimitri Moore came in with the pressure, number 7. A redshirt freshman out of Cedar Hill, Texas.
Yeah, just an unblocked guy right through that A-gap, forcing Jared to throw the football just a little bit faster than he wanted to, and Dimitri Moore coming up with the pressure. And like you mentioned, Dave, if anything, it changes the field position for Tennessee.
Moore's been playing some excellent football as this season has gone on. Trey Ellis back to return this punt. It is a high kick, and he's looking into the sun, makes the fair catch. Fair catch at the 16, a 39-yard punt. But Dimitri Moore making Garantano hurry things up and force the punt.
Tennessee and Vandy meet in a series that dates to 1892.
It's been a long time since Vanderbilt sang a winning tune against Tennessee.
Finally, the streak is dead. And a group of determined Tennessee players don't plan on history being rewritten. It starts with this in-state SEC rivalry.
Wouldn't want to do it at no other place here in Tennessee. Giving them their first 8-loss season.
That was last year in Knoxville as Vanderbilt won for the 2nd consecutive time. They've won 4 of 6, and you see it has been a long time that since they've won 3 in a row. Go back to 1926. Tennessee hoping to end all that discussion here this afternoon on the road. Second possession for Vanderbilt. Shurmur. His pass is caught by C.J. Bowler, the freshman. He'll pick up 4.
As Kyle Shurmur gets that completion, the thing that makes him successful and gets going is his feet. It's all about his footwork, and Coach Mason talked about him being able to be efficient. It all happens from the waist down. You see 39th consecutive start. He's seen every coverage. He's seen every blitz. He has to play an extremely high level.
He's only been sacked once in each of the last 2 games. I mean, he has had some pretty clean pockets. Gets that one away. Quick slant. That's a first down out over the 30-yard line. That goes to Bowler. That's a pickup of 9. Alante Taylor, the true freshman, in on the coverage.
Watch the feet. Nice, easy, compact motion. Delivers a strike on the outside. Now you move the chains. These are the type of throws they want to get Kyle Shurmur into. And he does a great job of hitting them when he has them.
Bowler limps over to the sidelines. Boy, a lot of play fakes, 3 of them, and then they come underneath to Vaughn, who's got a couple of blockers out in front. Keyshawn cuts it back. He is a big play waiting to happen. He'll take it to midfield, 19-yard pickup. How about all that eye candy?
Oh, so much going on in front of the linebackers and the safeties for Tennessee. And then you have to find out where he is. You fake the jet sweep. Here comes the ISO to Keyshawn Vaughn, and now you get him out in front with a bunch of linemen. And him in space is dangerous for anybody, let alone Tennessee.
First down and 10 Commodores. Here's Vaughn. He'll pick up a couple of yards. And with that, let's get another update. Dari, what's going on? Anthony Schwartz, perhaps the fastest man in college athletics.
They don't call him Flash for nothing. But what a response there. Rivalry games, man. Anything can happen.
Ask Michigan.
Yeah.
Quick hitter coming near side. Here's Lipscomb, and he will have another first down inside the 40 at the 38-yard line. A gain of 12 for Vanderbilt.
Elijah Lipscomb, he is just as important to this offense as Keyshawn Vaughn. We've talked about him. You see the numbers. He's averaging over 10 yards of reception, 4th in the league in yards. I mean, this guy has been a huge, huge difference maker for Vanderbilt. And when he gets a chance to be one-on-one, it usually comes down with a big-time play.
Blasingame in the backfield. Shurmur, pressure comes. He'll be dropped back at the 48. Alexis Johnson getting the sack. His 3rd of the season.
And Alexis Johnson, you're going to see him coming right up here. He's going to come right through here and make this play. Which just beats him up through the, swims him up and coming through, and you see nowhere for Kyle Shurmur to go with the football. He wanted to take a shot to Elijah Lipscomb down the field. It was well guarded on the back end, and he has to eat it.
2nd and 19 now. They'll go to Vaughn out in the flat. He cuts it back, stays on his feet. Keyshawn, boy, got a lot of the yardage back. 14 of the 19 that they needed. Nigel Warrior drags him down, but now you've got a manageable 3rd down.
And that's what makes him so important. You throw a 1-yard route to Keyshawn Vaughn, and Kyle Shurmur knows if I throw the football out in the flat to a guy who can make a couple people miss, now I give myself a chance on 3rd down. The decisions that he's made so far is the reason why they're able to move the football. But here comes another critical 3rd down.
Lipscomb makes the catch, trying to break a tackle, and he'll pick up the first down. Alante Taylor had him, but Lipscomb just wrestled far enough away to pick up the first down.
And if you want to spotlight, watch him just get out here in the flat. Easy completion. They're playing cover 2 on the outside, but look at the extra effort. This is the extra effort plays that's enabled My man Lipscomb to be very, very efficient, but give Kari Blasingame as well, the back, a lot of credit. They're coming in, picking up a blitz.
Boy, they'll go empty set here. Pinckney goes in motion on 1st down and 10. 4-man rush. Shurmur steps up, fired to the end zone. Pinckney, touchdown, 17 yards.
One guy we cannot forget about is Jared Pinckney, one of the top tight ends, I believe, in all the country. And when you need a big play, you find Pinckney, but a very, very impressive drive for Vanderbilt.
Riley Gay to attempt the point after. He'll split the uprights. That was a big boy drive. 11 plays, 84 yards, over 7 minutes off the clock. Shurmur to Pinckney, 7th time this season they've hit each other.
Fake the screen, and you false step just a little bit, and you find your big tight end in the back. Vandy up 7-0.
Here in Nashville, Vanderbilt leading 7-0 after an 11-play drive that chewed up 7 minutes off the clock. And we saw quite a bit in terms of looks offensively, but when it came down to it, it was their two big guns right there. Jared Pinckney, the tight end, with his 7th touchdown reception of the year. And how about the fact that Kyle Shurmur has started this game 8 of 8 for 84 yards.
Well, Dave, you talked about he loves playing against Tennessee. Well, he's showing that in this first quarter. But he's just doing the small things, checking it down to his backs, throwing it to open guys. I mean, those are the things you have to do to win these rivalry games, not try to do too much.
61 career touchdown passes now for Kyle Shurmur, as that will hit the end zone and come out to the 25-yard line. So that's pretty much it for the season. Little stutter step in the hole for Ty Chandler. He'll get a yard or two. Josh Smith. Tell you what, these Tennessee running backs, you got to give them some credit. You know, they've narrowed this thing down to basically Jordan and Chandler. These guys really, how many times have we seen it where they're having to dodge a guy a yard in the backfield to get some positive yardage?
Cameron Tidd on the last play, immediate penetration.
Some cut blocks underneath and almost picked off. That was batted in the air by Josh Smith, the senior out of Murfreesboro, Tennessee, just down the road, getting his hands up in the air.
Well, if he doesn't tip this, Ladarius Wiley, you see him, he's already broke on the football. He's walking into the end zone. So for lucky enough for Jared Gantano, that ball was tipped.
Garantano dancing in that pocket, buying time, going deep down the field, but that'll be into the Tennessee bench area and a 3-and-out for Tennessee.
And Dave, I go back to first down. The inability to run the football, getting penetration earlier. Cameron Tidd on that first down play. Now you're in 2nd and 3rd long, and it's hard when you have an offensive line that struggle to protect your quarterback. And it's quick, simple 3-and-out.
Joe Doyle will punt to Trey Ellis. Joe, the redshirt freshman out of Knoxville, Tennessee, 8th in the conference in punting this year, averaging almost 42 per kick. Good high kick. Fair catch called for and taken at the 35-yard line. 40-yard punt. Vanderbilt with the football. We're going to step aside for just 60 seconds. Back to Music City after this. 8 of 8 to start this game. What's been working for Kyle Shurmur?
Well, he's been in rhythm for the first part of this ball game, being able to find open guys in space, quick, easy routes, and then anytime you can throw a screen in space. But I love that ball. Taking the air out of it, putting it on his receiver. That is a confident throw, and it is a confident quarterback to start this ball game in Kyle Shurmur.
How about that last drive? He was 7 out of 7 on that 11-play drive. Hit Pinckney with the touchdown. How Jared Pinckney doesn't make the semifinal list for the Mackey Award for best tight end in the country is,
I am with you.
I'm going to say, absurd. Keyshawn Vaughn on the carry. Let's go downstairs, check in with Dawn.
Yeah, guys, Keyshawn Vaughn spent quite a bit of time in the injury tent after that helmet-to-helmet hit. He walked out, though, shaking his head yes towards his teammates. I also want to point out, though, wide receiver Kalijah Lipscomb also spent some significant time in the injury tent after that last possession. These two are key for that rhythm you talk about for Kyle Shurmur.
No doubt, Dawn. You talk about the stars at each one of those levels in the backfield. Vaughn at wide receiver. It's Lipscomb, tight end. You got Pinckney. Here's Vaughn. He's hitting around the 44-yard line. He'll pick up 6 yards. First 8 games this year, he really didn't get the ball that much. He averaged about 10 yards or 10 carries per game through those first 8, but the last 3 he's been averaging 22 rushes per contest, and he is now up over 1,000 yards. We hope he's all right. We'll try to get an update when we come back, as that is the end of the first quarter. Vanderbilt leading Tennessee 7-0 here in Nashville. 10 minutes of the first quarter. Vanderbilt had control of the football. They control it here to start the second quarter on a 1st down and 10. Shurmur under pressure, has a man. It is Blasingame. He's inside the 30. He was wide open. 15 yards. Darrell Taylor putting some pressure on Shurmur, who had just enough time to get rid of the football.
And here you go. You want to take a shot down the field, but because of the instant pressure, Kyle Shurmur knows exactly where to go with the football. Darrell Taylor comes up against the pressure, but because you're not able to look down the field and get that pressure, you immediately know where your outlet is, and you pick up a positive yardage anyway.
Shurmur is 10 out of 10 to start this game for 105 yards and a touchdown. Wakefield now at running back. He lines up 7 yards deep. Play fake. Shurmur over the middle. Pinckney inside the 15. 1st down, Vanderbilt.
Dave, sometimes the quarterback, when you're feeling it, you can just throw it from just about any angle, platform. He's actually headed towards the sideline, and watch him go through all his progressions, and look where that football is. Out in front, not throwing it at the receiver, but throwing it to where the receiver is going. Kai Abernathy on the coverage, but Kyle Shurmur is just playing at a different level right now, and he's seeing the field so well.
Some more play action. Pinckney again. Stays in bounds, dives for the end zone. Actually, they're going to say he was out around the 6. So a 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd down and about 3.
You love the call by Andy Lutwood. Coming back with another play action rollout, getting your quarterback on the perimeter, and you get out leverage and you give it to your big tight end. And again, for Tennessee, you have the sideline as another defender, and you're unable to get him down to the ball, get him down on the field. Brings up a short 2nd down for him.
Off the left side goes Jamari Wakefield. He'll get it down to about the 2.5. That'll be good enough for the 1st down. So it'll be 1st and goal from just inside the 3-yard line.
And this is prime area for Jamari Wakefield, who comes in at 6'1", 220. The sophomore, he ends up coming off the field, but this is prime territory for him. Kari Blasingame comes in, and he's 6'1", 230. So you bring a bigger back in right near the goal line. Expect to run here.
Lipscomb will line up to the right side. Now Lipscomb in motion. They will hand it to Kalijah. Good block by Pinckney, who drives his man through the end zone. Boy, Andy Ludwood showing us his entire arsenal on offense.
And Dave, you talked about it. Jared Pinckney can do it all. He can block, he can catch, he can run, he's athletic, and it's only right he escorts Kalijah Lipscomb into the end zone for another long and consistent drive, but very steady for Vanderbilt.
Point after is up and good. That drive was 10 plays, 66 yards. 5:21 off the clock. Kalijah Lipscomb. He's done it all this year for Vanderbilt. This time Look at Pinckney with the block. Doesn't get much easier than that. Jared Pinckney already has a touchdown catch and just led his teammate Kalijah Lipscomb into the end zone for the second touchdown. Watch this block by number 80.
Watch where the contact starts. Look where the contact starts and watch where it ends up finishing for Jared Pinckney. Kai Abernathy is literally on skates right there. And I love that he was even more excited after that than any catch I've seen him make in his career.
It is 14-0. 10:33 to go here in the second quarter. Go handoff inside to Jordan. He'll cut it to the 38-yard line. So spotted out there closer to the 39. Give him 4. Jordan Griffin, his first tackle today. Jordan has been a tackle machine for Vanderbilt. 107 now. Second in the conference in that department. Again, it's Jordan, left side. And he is walloped after he got across the 40. Gain of 2.
Big third down here, though. I mean, this is probably the most critical drive of this first half for Tennessee. We just saw the big throw and conversion on 3rd and 10. This is a little bit easier third down. But where are your playmakers for Tennessee? Where's Marquez Callaway, who lines up here at the top?
Nice catch on the outside by Dominic Wood-Anderson, the tight end. Well, that was a hot tamale coming his way.
Yeah, we talked about Kyle Shurmur and his confidence throwing the football. We're starting to see it on this drive now. Jared's starting to settle in, and this is knowing you only need 3 or 4 yards and putting it right on Anderson for a first down. Big throwing catch.
Jeremy Pruitt telling us this week that when people come watch practice, the guy that gets a lot of oohs and ahs is Dominic Wood-Anderson. Oh, big collision at the 45-yard line. Chandler came in at running back and just got walloped. Jawan Williams.
And this is all on Marquez Callaway. He takes a bad angle, and the corner just plays his leverage and comes up and makes the play. But this is all on Marquez Callaway. He has to block the perimeter pressure on the outside, and Williams makes him pay.
Boy, Williams is some kind of player. The junior from right here in Nashville, Tennessee. Garantano, high throw, but the catch is made by Murphy. That's a gain of 6. Garantano's starting to get some rhythm here at Vanderbilt Stadium.
And he needs it. This is the pivotal drive. We've seen on this drive already have 2 third down conversions. Can he do it again?
Underneath, it's Wood-Anderson, but he is stopped short. Only about a yard. Dimitri Moore making the play.
You see him come across, and it's just really nothing there. Once again, we've seen it a couple times. We saw it on the first drive of the game. Vanderbilt playing zone defense, keeping everything underneath. Tennessee loves the crossing routes to try to get mismatches. But they've done a great job of tackling in space, not allowing any extra yards after the catch.
69 total yards for Tennessee, 153 for Vanderbilt. Trey Ellis back to return this kick. High, end over end. That will hit at the 5 and bounce into the end zone. 6:23 to go before halftime. Vanderbilt up 2 touchdowns. Shurmur has yet to throw an incomplete pass. That's a pickup of 7 brought down by Alontae Taylor. But here's a look at where SEC teams can go. And of course, this doesn't include the New Year's Six and the college football playoff. But Citrus Bowl, Outback Bowl.
Good bowls.
There was some talk if Tennessee was able to win this game that they would be heading toward the Liberty Bowl. Vanderbilt trying to spoil that little party. Third down coming up now for Commodores as the clock is at 5:40. We have not seen Keyshawn Vaughn since he went into the locker room during Vanderbilt's last offensive possession.
Looks like Tennessee's playing zone coverage.
Four-man rush, still delayed blitz, trying to dump it off underneath the Blasingame. He's got a lot of running room out to the 45. That's a first down. Batuli knocks him to the turf, but 21 yards. I don't know how he came out of that pack of players.
Well, you're playing two-man, and who's supposed to have him is Kirkland, and he jumps to the opposite side, and Kari Blasingame jumps out to the right side, and he loses him in coverage and picks up a big play there on two-man coverage for Tennessee.
This start is amazing for Kyle Shurmur. 14 of 14, 154. Inside handoff, some running room there for Kari Blasingame. He'll pick up 4.5. Batuli again, along with Darren Kirkland, making the stop for the Vols.
And then you talk about the efficiency of Kyle Shurmur being so efficient with the football. Well, that softens the defense up. And now we're seeing 4, 5, 6 yards of pop on first down running the football. It's all the credit to Kyle Shurmur. And most time you say maybe you pass off the run. Well, now it's all because of Kyle Shurmur's ability to throw the football that the run is starting to click as well.
Second down. Oh, bobbled snap. Shurmur reverses course. Shurmur has a first down. That is exactly, if that doesn't epitomize how this has gone for Vanderbilt, I don't know what does.
When things are going right for you, they're going right in so many different ways. This could be such a bad play, but this senior improvises, makes a play and says, hey, I got some wheels as well. Picks up a first down, moves the chains.
If those are wheels, then I've got wheels too, dude.
It only matters getting from point A to point B, Dave. He got the first down.
Pressure comes, down goes Shurmur. Darrell Taylor with the sack. Loss of 8 on the play.
Going right here against Cochran, he just gets right around the edge. You can see the speed. He just catches Cochran off the edge there. It looks like Cochran wasn't even ready. Gets that quick first step.
Yeah, you know, it's Vanderbilt has been a different team here lately. Matter of fact, you go back over their schedule, there are a few games they probably should have won that they didn't. This could be a whole new season. There's Blasingame with a flag down at the line of scrimmage. Looked like Alexis Johnson might have jumped off sides.
Offside, defense. The penalties decline. Result of the play is third down.
Brewer just cannot believe it. I know defensive line coach Tracy Rocker as well. He will, right there, you see Coach Rocker right there, he will not be happy with Alexis Johnson coming off the sideline.
Shurmur trying to set up a screen. Oh, went right through the hands of Blasingame. The first incomplete pass of the day for Kyle Shurmur, and it was probably one of the easier throws he's had. 15 of 16. 165 yards.
And he's probably even more mad because it was set up. It was set up, and it went right through his hands. And Shurmur's like, oh, that was touchdown. If anything, you pick up a first down, but right through the hands, and that's where you see a Keyshawn Vaughn there.
So Riley Gay comes out to attempt a 43-yard field goal. He was doing some shadow kicking during a timeout by himself at this area. No holder, no ball. Let's see if it worked. Yes, it did. He came out during a timeout all by himself, stood there at the hash mark and went through his routine with nobody around him. And I guess it works.
Yeah, he foresaw something for sure and crushed it right through the middle, and that's still a very successful drive for Vandy.
Shurmur 15 of 16, 165 and a touchdown. 201 yards for Vanderbilt, just 85 for Tennessee. Jeremy Pruitt going to have to try to figure some things out if they want to get back in this, down by 17 points after 30 minutes of football in the 112th edition of this Tennessee-Vanderbilt football rivalry. Let's go down to Dawn.
Well, Coach Mason, Kyle Shurmur, 15 of 16 that half. What's been the key to his efficiency that has to continue?
Just making sure, for him, man, that he's trying to take what the defense gives him. At the end of the day, you can't go broke taking a profit, and that's exactly what he's trying to do.
Keyshawn Vaughn, we saw him. He did not have him in the back half of that first half. What's his status? Do you expect to see him in the second half?
I don't know. I haven't seen him. I'll see when I go in. Obviously, man, we've had some shots to the head, so we just got to make sure at the end of the day, man, that we just continue to protect ourselves and continue to talk to the referees, man, about making sure they keep this game intact.
If he can't go, who do you lean on to fill those shoes?
All those dudes. At the end of the day, Kari Blasingame, Jamari Wakefield, Josh Crawford, you name it, we got it.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
You name it, we got it. Well, in the first half, they did have it. They lead it by 17. They blanked the Vols. Time for us to get it to the studio. Halftime report coming up with Dari. Vanderbilt up 17-0 as we get set for second half football on what has been a gorgeous day here in the Music City. Kyle Shurmur has been nothing short of spectacular today, as he has led Vanderbilt to the 17-point first half lead. Dave Neal back alongside the quarterback, DJ Shockley. And, it takes a team effort, but let's face it, the quarterback has the ball in their hands nearly every single play offensively. He's been phenomenal, maybe his best game at Vanderbilt.
Yeah, and that's what it's going to take to get him to a bowl game. And he has to be a catalyst, especially with your big-time back, Keyshawn Vaughn, going down. He has to pick up that slack, and he has done that.
Well, Garantano, 9 of 19, had that interception as they were driving late in the second quarter, but 66 yards, 85 total yards for Tennessee in the first half. Vanderbilt had 201, and they just dominated the time of possession over 20 minutes with the football. Tennessee had it less than 10, obviously. So we are set for second half football. Let's see what kind of adjustments the Vols made offensively. They just could not get in any kind of rhythm. Well, moments ago, Dawn had a chance to catch up with Coach Pruitt as he left the Tennessee locker room.
Well, Coach Pruitt, Kyle Shurmur has been efficient through the air for them. What adjustments do you make to slow him down?
Well, a lot of balls have been behind the line of scrimmage or short intermediate, and we've missed some tackles. We got to do a better job at matching people, and we got to get a little more pressure on it.
Offensively, from an execution standpoint, what did you point out to your guys in the locker room?
Well, we had a couple of mistakes up front. It cost us a chance to have a play, and we really hadn't given our offense the ball because the defense has been on the field the whole half.
Thank you, Coach.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't miss an assignment here. Ty Chandler, foot race to the end zone, 75 yards. I'd say they figured it out.
Nothing like a good halftime ripping from your head coach to come out and give you something to be special about. And what a great job of getting out on the corner there. You talk about setting that edge, and then you see Chandler hitting that crease, and he has the speed to take it the distance. Riley locked through the center, gets out and pulls around and creates that huge lane for Chandler. And 75 yards later, Chandler's in the end zone.
$85 total yards of offense in the first half. They pick up 75 on that run from Ty Chandler, the sophomore, coming back home from right here at Nashville, Tennessee. Went to Montgomery Bell High School. As these two teams, somebody's going to a bowl and somebody's going home. Paxton Brooks will kick it away. Tamari Wakefield back deep. And that one will sail through the end zone and out to the 25-yard line. Well, let's see what the Commodores do here. They will go with a run game, and Blasingame is hit after a gain of 3 yards and driven back by Batuli. Let's go down to Dawn.
Hey, Dave, DJ, Keyshawn Vaughn, of course, headed to the locker room in the first half, at the end of the first quarter. He has not been ruled out officially by Vanderbilt, but I can tell you guys he is not down here on the sideline right now.
Well, he got hit on 2 separate plays in the head. And the second one, it was like a pinball. 2 Tennessee players popped him in the helmet. They'll go handoff again to Wakefield, and he's got nowhere to go. He is escorted out of bounds by Darrell Taylor. That'll be a loss of 2, and Vanderbilt going backwards now. What has happened here since we started the third quarter that Vanderbilt's offense looks like Tennessee's changed some things up, perhaps?
They have. They've become more aggressive defensively. You see more tighter man coverage, not playing as much off coverage. In the first half, we saw them completing short, easy routes. Now, these defensive backs are hugging up on these receivers and not allowing them free access to run these routes.
Lipscomb goes in motion. A little extra blitzer coming. Pass is caught on the outside, but it's short of the first down. That's Lipscomb who'll pick up 10. I think you got to punt it here.
Oh, absolutely.
4th and a yard.
You're still up by 10 points. Tennessee's offense has struggled the last 2 drives to get any type of momentum going.
What they're doing, though, is they're getting the field shorter and shorter, is Tennessee. Callaway will stand back at the 33-yard line and wait for this punt from Parker Tomei. That will hit and take a favorable Vandy bounce. This is going to end up being a good punt. All the way down to the 15-yard line. A 54-yard kick gives us an opportunity to get another update from Dari. Handoff goes to Ty Chandler. You know, watching in person last week to perform, it's just some little nuanced things that you don't really pick up from a television. The way he just kind of takes a half step in the pocket that gives him a throwing lane. Yeah. The way he spins out of trouble. Just some stuff that really just opened my eyes to how talented that young man really is.
He's so poised, and he doesn't panic inside the pocket. He's one of the more pure passers we have in the league.
Chandler stuffed at the line of scrimmage. No gain. They've tried to run it a couple times on this drive, and not much success as Jordan Griffin makes the tackle. And now the Commodore fans trying to make some noise on this 3rd down. Garantano, wide side throw, knocked away at the last moment by Alim Muhammad.
Just such a long throw to that other sideline on the out route, and with not much presence to really drive off the football. He just sits on the route, and Muhammad drives on it and knocks it away.
Joe Doyle. Boy, a line drive kick. Well, that could have hit anybody, even a Vanderbilt player, and shot straight back. It was so low. But how about this short field for the Commodores? A 31-yard punt. Thank you, Dari. Now you can take your break. We'll be back to you in about 90 seconds. How about those helmets from Kentucky?
I'm just really thinking, man, how many helmets does Kentucky have?
A lot. Handoff goes to Blasingame. And that'll be the final play of the 3rd quarter. That means we have 15 minutes to play to determine which one of these 2 teams will be going to a bowl game. Which one will be heading home for the winner. Vanderbilt players loving life right now. They're up 10. 15 minutes to go. Ball inside the 50-yard line. You know, school's out obviously for Thanksgiving holiday, but the students in the area making their way to the game. Vanderbilt trying to do something they haven't done since the mid-1920s. And that is beat Tennessee 3 consecutive times. Shurmur lofts it up on second down. Looking for Lipscomb. Flag down. Catch is made. Oh, what a catch by Kalijah Lipscomb right over Bryce Thompson.
Oh, my goodness. This catch. Watch this. Come over. Wow.
That is.
Pass interference, number 20 defense. The penalties decline. The result of the play is a catch and a first down.
Top 10, no doubt. You think he's going to catch it with the left hand, but he just pumps it to the right hand and then gets the left and the right foot down. That's next level right there. Man, Kalijah Lipscomb showing up.
23-yard pickup. Kalijah Lipscomb came into this game with 73 catches, has 8 today. Shurmur gets some protection. Has man coverage on the outside. Is that caught for a touchdown? Oh, yes! Amir Abdul-Rahman with the catch of the day. He just one-upped his teammate.
Amir Abdul-Rahman says, whatever you do, I can do better. Watch him come inside and snag this with that right hand and get the left on it. Wow. Obviously, they will take a look at it again. You got Bailey Buchanan on the coverage. The ball thrown slightly inside.
I don't think that ball ever hit the turf. And the day that Kyle Shurmur is having is, I would say, about as solid as anybody would want. 25 of 28, 309, and 2 touchdowns.
Well, if you got one game to finish it out with, Dave, this should be a good day to finish it off. And the way he's playing, wow.
Well, we talked about it. I mean, the fact that they're back-to-back makes it even more impressive.
You got 2 top 10 plays here. Kalijah Lipscomb sets it up with his one-handed grab on the sideline. And then you have Amir Abdul-Rahman thrown inside and finished it with a big play there.
There's the separation that Alabama wanted. Maybe this is the separation that Derek Mason wanted. Back-to-back fabulous catches. Trying to be the first team since the mid-1920s to beat Tennessee 3 consecutive times. Tennessee just has not been able to move the football today. 182 total yards. Their touchdown came on a 75-yard scamper. First play from scrimmage. Handoff left side. Nothing working for Tim Jordan. No gain.
Would you be willing to put on a chicken suit on live TV, Dave Neal?
For the right price. For the right price.
There's another suit. Would you put on a nice onesie right there?
He's all smiles. Yeah, he's all smiles. He's all about the holiday season, isn't he? Second down and 10. Murphy in motion will settle in on the slot to the near side, and that's where Garantano will look. Going deep, has Callaway, underthrows him right through his hands. Boy, that ball just floated in the air for the longest time.
Yeah, this ball's got to be thrown sooner. I think Jared was a little kind of lackadaisical in his drop, trying to get that ball out there, but he has to let this thing go. You see, he just takes his time, and then now he's a little bit late, and he's open. You got to let it go, and Callaway still had his hands on it, had a chance to get it. But the common theme on this has been 3rd and long.
That's the kind of play that Tennessee made when they beat Auburn.
Yep.
Not today, at least to this point. Garantano again lets it go up top. Tight spiral, and that'll be incomplete. Jawan Jennings was hoping there'd be a flag. No such luck. And it'll be 4th down. And the only good news is those plays only are taking 6 or 7 seconds off the clock each time.
And it's weird to watch the Tennessee offense because Jared Garantano has been really efficient throughout the year, but they've been a lot of 3rd and long situations in this ball game, and a lot of low percentage throws have been incomplete.
4th consecutive punt for Tennessee now. Joe Doyle. Trey Ellis is back at the 35, awaiting the kick. It is a high, short kick. Fair catch called for and taken at the 38. Timeout on the field. 13:27 to go here in the 4th quarter. Vanderbilt Stadium, where the homestanding Commodores try to finish the regular season on a positive note that would send them to a bowl game. They lead Tennessee 24-7. Shurmur has been off the charts good today. And they're doing this without Keyshawn Vaughn, who has not returned to the game after he got hit on 2 separate plays in the helmet area and left the field of play. Now, the run game has not exactly been there since he has left, but the Commodores still have sustained their lead. They led 17-0 at halftime. Big hole off the left side. Blasting game across midfield, a pickup of 14.
And you can see the misfit right here. Kirkland goes into that left side A gap, and they replace right where he comes from in a big gain on 1st down. And as soon as we talk about the run game, they hit one. And you expect to see a lot of it in the last 13 minutes of this ball game, trying to salt it away.
Chris Pierce goes in motion. Now Lipscomb in motion, and they'll hand it to him around the edge, looking for a couple of blocks, and that'll pick up 9 yards.
This is just one of the staple plays for Vanderbilt. If they get the leverage they want, they give it to Elijah Lipscomb, who has the speed to get around the corner, but the real focal point for this offense is what you do on 1st down. And you see the targets and receptions from Elijah Lipscomb today. When one guy goes down, somebody else picks up the slack.
Boy, Blassingame hit that hole in a hurry. He'll pick up the 1st down. 4 hard-earned yards for Kari. Boy, Vanderbilt now will just try to chew up some of this clock. They've had some lengthy drives today, and they have completely dominated the time of possession. 32 minutes they have owned the football in this game. Tennessee's had it for less than 16. 60 plays for the Commodores, 40 for Tennessee. Run off the left side by Blassingame will pick up a yard.
And Dave, to go back to the time possession, what Vanderbilt have done to make it so successful is you look at the stat line and you say Kyle Shurmur's thrown it 28 times.
Look at over the shoulder of David Williams, the athletic director for the time being, as he is retiring shortly. Shurmur. Pass is caught. That one to C.J. Bowler, a gain of 13 and a 1st down. But speaking of athletic directors, David Williams has been around here for a long time, but he has decided to retire. There's word on the street that there are just days away from announcing who the new athletic director will be. Anxious to see how that might transcend Vanderbilt athletics. There is David Williams. He has been a vital part of this Vanderbilt athletic and academic institution. Come on, you can wave. Come on. Come on, David, wave.
He said, what are you doing? What are you doing? He's like, really, come on.
Oh, big hole off the left side. Blasingame still on his feet, driving down to the 1-yard line. A pickup of 21. He needed 22 for 6.
We talk a lot about Keyshawn Bond, but Mr. Blasingame has came in and took up the load. And look at this tough physical run. Continue to drive his legs and almost gets in. But we heard Coach Mason at halftime, and Don asked him, who's going to pick up the load? He said, all them dudes.
That's what he said. At the end of the day, all them dudes. 2 tight ends set from about the 1-yard line. Blasingame left side trying to power in. They're going to say he was denied.
Blasingame on the carry. 2nd down.
Matthew Butler, the first one there.
And Dave, it's not a foregone conclusion that they get this, but I love the fight out of Tennessee right now. They could have easily just gave up and gave in and let that touchdown go, but they're still fighting here late in this ball game to try not to give up any points.
Left side, touchdown Vanderbilt. Sean McMorr came in at fullback and led the way for Blasingame to pick up the touchdown.
Whenever you get a little extra in the backfield and you run a stretch zone on the outside, you better get in the end zone, and Blasingame has definitely picked up the slack here, and Sean McMorr helps lead Corey Blasingame in for another Vandy touchdown.
Point after is up and good, and the assault continues.
And you see Sean McMorr, number 50, lead the way in there, just pushes the defensive back in the end zone. It's such a valiant effort there by Tennessee trying to stop it, but does a great job, and Blasingame does the rest.
Oh. That looked like Dari back in the day with that speed, huh?
No doubt. I've seen Dari go from, the green room to the screen room that fast before, so he's, I don't know who's faster.
Lucky to have Peter Burns and Dari Noka handling our Saturdays in the studio. I'd like to see those two in a foot race. Garantano to Juwan Jennings. He can't hold on. Incompletes. They're just, Tennessee has been pretty good this year in those 50-50 balls. That's almost like how they have to win the pass game.
No doubt. And that's how we've seen tonight is they tried at least 4 or 5 of these 50-50 balls, and they just have not been able to come down with it. So I know Vandy came into this game thinking we have to be good when the ball's in the air and be patient and lock it away.
Garantano. This time Jennings is wide open. Great pass from Garantano. Maybe his best throw. And look at Jennings fighting for every yard. Down to the 32, a 43-yard pickup. Finally, Jordan Griffin able to wrestle him down.
Just a great ball there. I mean, you're having time in the backfield, and Jared standing in there delivering on a strike. Hasn't been his most efficient ball game, but he found Juwan Jennings there for a big gain.
And at the end of that play, there was a roughing the passer penalty against Vanderbilt. So that'll move it all the way inside the 20, down to the 17-yard line.
And right at the end, watch, you can see him jump up right in the face, and a little extra there at the end.
Garantano going to the end zone, and Callaway with a catch. A flag comes in.
Is that offensive, though? Looks like it'll be on defense.
Pass interference, number 8, defense. The penalties decline. Touchdown.
Nice grab by Callaway. So Jennings sets it up with his nice catch and run, and then Marquez Callaway finds some room in the end zone.
And it all started with his release, getting off the jam, not allowing him to get his hands on him, and a nice ball over that left shoulder. And Callaway adjusting to the football and getting his feet down.
Offense is on the field. You convert the 2-point conversion here, and you make it a 16-point game. So at least you give yourself a fighting chance if you can convert here.
Got to give yourself a chance here. And where's Callaway, who's down at the bottom of the screen here, who's been there 50-50 by?
Jennings goes in motion. They will flood the near side, and it's batted down. Josh Smith, again, he's had some kind of day. He has 4 tackles, 1 behind the line, a sack, a QB pressure, and 2 passes broken up today. Onside kick fielded by Vanderbilt. South Carolina and Clemson coming up at 7 Eastern. Kentucky and Louisville at 7 Eastern. Boy, you talk about a mess. Louisville's a mess.
That LSU and Texas A&M game could be very interesting for Texas A&M on the side of first-year coaches with Jimbo Fisher. You come up with a big win like that, it kind of solidifies why you brought this guy in.
Kyle Shurmur.
Big day for him.
I mean, what a way to close out your final game at Vanderbilt Stadium. 26 of 29, 322, and 2 touchdowns. Hit his first 15. They'll swing it near side. How about that spin move by Kari Blasingame? He'll pick up 9 when Tennessee looked like they had him wrapped up for about a 1-yard gain. Another couple of missed tackles. Boy, there have been a bunch of those today for Tennessee.
And that's the tell of the ball game, is they've been in position for the majority of the ball game. And you talk about 6 missed tackles on the ball game. Those are equivalent to picking up big first downs and moving the chains, and they just have not been able to make the play when it's there.
Again, Keyshawn Vaughn out with an injury. Haven't seen him since second quarter. There's the quarterback sneak. They needed about a foot, and they will have it. Looks like they have it. Let's see. They're not going to say it's going to. Let's be 4th down coming up. But anyway, here's a look at the college football playoff rankings. Of course, Alabama and Georgia set to square off next week. Alabama just cruising right now against Auburn. And, you know, you look at that. DJ, Michigan out after getting thumped. Who's the team in?
Obviously, Georgia moves up. Oklahoma moves up. And LSU not playing in a championship game.
Shurmur getting a little help and has the first down. Blasingame came in there and gave a nice little push. So under 6 minutes to go now. So let me just go back. So UCF, despite schedule and all that, you have them in there if Oklahoma, based on what you showed me, Oklahoma and Georgia lose in championship games. Golden Knights in a semifinal game.
You think about Oklahoma will have 2 losses. They miss out on their championship game. Michigan taking the big L's today. And UCF, I know they don't have the quarterback Mackenzie Milton, but that's been a really good football team all year long. And even when you saw Darryl Mack come in, who's the backup quarterback, redshirt freshman, he actually played pretty well in that ball game. He's going to have a championship game to further see what he's about. But if all that happens, Georgia and Oklahoma lose, UCF falls in that number 4 spot for me.
Okay. Yeah, it will be interesting to see how that plays out. Not necessarily the first 4, but the 2 or 3 teams that follow.
Right. It gets real tricky for that fourth spot. That fourth spot's going to be very interesting if some other things happen.
I'm just totally shocked that Michigan got throttled the way they did today.
You get the opportunity to show everybody what you're about. You played well all season. Even the committee said they had the #1 defense in the entire country, and they put up 60 points on you.
Oof.
That's tough to fathom.
Well, here, this Vanderbilt offense, the last few weeks of this season, has really started to put together some impressive numbers. 45 against Arkansas. They put up 28 in a loss to Missouri, 36 last week. And they're knocking on the door again as they enter the red zone one more time. 12-yard pitch and catch. That one goes to C.J. Bowler, and the numbers just continue to skyrocket for Kyle Shurmur. He has thrown for over 1,200 yards in 4 games against Tennessee and has 11 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. I mean, Shurmur just loves seeing orange.
He has played some of his best football, no doubt about it, versus Tennessee, and the numbers tonight are, I don't know if you can be that good in 7-on-7 skeleton right there.
Yeah.
That is efficient in so many areas and made so many great decisions tonight.
End zone wide open. Sam Dobbs snuck out of that secondary and nobody saw him, but Shurmur just overthrew him a little bit.
Shurmur's having his best day, but this will be the one throw he will think about as he leaves as a Vanderbilt Commodore. This one throw where he is that open. Sometimes that's the toughest throw to make, is when the guy's screaming wide open. Do you throw it with pace? Do you give it some air? Oh, man, that was tough.
Sam Dobbs, a senior out of Douglasville, Georgia. Boy, that would have been a nice way for him to cap off his Vanderbilt career. Shurmur will throw again. Over the middle. Pass is caught, and Abdur Rahman with the catch. He'll be shy of the goal line by about a yard. Buchanan was just hanging on.
Another big physical receiver there, 6'3", 205, the freshman from Atlanta, Georgia. And you talk about having some weapons for the future. If Mo Hassan is the quarterback of the future, he has a couple good ones in C.J. Bowler and Amir Abdur-Rahman.
To the end zone, pass is caught, touchdown, Cody Markle. Third touchdown catch, or touchdown pass of the day for one Kyle Shurmur.
They were so excited for Cody, and he was halfway off the field. They told him he had to come back and be the protector, but just a great job of the play action, and Cody slipping out on the backside. And how about the nimble feet to get it down?
2:33 to go in this one, and Vanderbilt is playing. So maybe there's something about the mustache for Kyle Shurmur. I don't know. Nice pitch and catch.
Soft hands, soft feet. And that young man right there, Kyle Shurmur, leaving Vanderbilt with multiple big-time stats. Last week versus Ole Miss, 36 points. Tonight, 38 points.
You know, it's this offense is really, I mentioned it, they've been averaging 36 points a game over the last 3 coming into this one. And, of course, they have surpassed that with 38 tonight. So, you know, maybe they found some stuff here down the stretch. Andy Ludwig, their offensive coordinator, done a nice job calling these plays tonight. Now, you know, let's talk Tennessee for just a second, because, you know, there were some people out there before the season started didn't think that this Tennessee team would win an SEC game, right?
Yeah.
I mean, last year, of course, was just a huge struggle. Winless, first time ever in conference play. They make all the changes, and that didn't go very well. And they finally settled on Jeremy Pruitt after Philip Fulmer was hired as the athletic director. And they had some very impressive wins. I mean, there's no doubt you beat Kentucky, a ranked team. You beat Auburn on the road. So certainly there have been some strides made.
And that's been a part of the growing process for this entire team, for this program.
Incomplete as Keller Chris checks into the game at quarterback. Let's go downstairs to Dawn for more on those Tennessee seniors.
Yeah, guys, it was interesting to talk to a couple of these seniors. Obviously, they would have loved to become bowl eligible to extend their careers, but every single one of them talked about how the key, the extra practice would have been for the younger guys because it would have given them a chance to help them develop even more. They care more about making sure the foundation of the resurgence of this program is laid. That's a selfless group right there. They faced some adversity. They've been through a lot, and they just wanted to reestablish the identity of Tennessee football.
And to that point, DJ, when does it hit you that your career's over?
Right now. Yeah. Clearly right now. I mean, you think about it as a senior throughout the year, and you say, this is my last rivalry game, or this is the last time I do this. It hits you throughout the year, but until that last game actually happens and you realize you don't get to strap it on with your teammates anymore and get to go to the facility, it's a troubling feeling sometimes to think about it possibly being over.
To the hands of Callaway on third down. And while we mentioned Tennessee, I think this is, for that guy, a bigger win than we may speak of. The new athletic director will be announced shortly, who his boss will be, and you always talk about the AD's guys. Well, we don't know who it is, so we don't know if Derek Mason's his guy or what kind of relationship they have prior to this, but certainly this kind of win and getting to a bowl game is a big statement for Mr. Mason, as you see David Williams, the athletic director currently, who is retiring, I should say, after a lengthy run here in Nashville with the Commodores. Talk about a leader. 31-35 for Shurmur. Donovan Tennyson. A pickup of 8, 148. If Shurmur doesn't throw another pass and we stay right here at 31-35, he would set a new Vanderbilt completion percentage record at 88%, 88.6. The old record was 88.3, or excuse me, 83.3. And you know who set that? Shurmur against Alabama A&M last year. So he's breaking his own record. What was your best single game? You remember?
Somewhere around like 89, 90%.
Just a tick above Shurmur.
From what I remember.
I think it was 89.723.
Something really close to that. That's what I think.
Well, Kyle Phillips making that tackle. We talked about Kyle a moment ago. Wish him the best in his future endeavors. Maybe he'll get a shot at the next level. Under a minute to go. Well, it's a big moment for Vanderbilt. Get to go to a bowl game.
And that right there, Ladarius Wiley, Derek Mason, his first recruit here to Vanderbilt. He said the unique bond that they built over the last 5 years has been remarkable. And to send these seniors out going to a bowl game is ideal and perfect in his eyes.
That will do it. So for the first time since 1926, Vanderbilt has knocked off Tennessee 3 consecutive years. They have won 5 of the last 7. But most importantly for that man, Derek Mason, who is freezing cold right now, his team heading to a bowl game. Shake it off, Derek.
I'm sure he'll take that bath right now, send his team to a bowl game. I bet that bath actually feels really good.
Emphatically, Vanderbilt beats Tennessee 38-13. They had the football for almost 43 of the 60 minutes. My goodness, what a day for Vanderbilt. Let's go down to Dawn.
Hey, Coach Mason, he's waiting for a towel, guys. He's been celebrating with his team. You want my sleeve, Coach? Here you go.
I know they want to come.
I know, we're going, Coach. I tell you what, it's 3 straight wins over your rival Tennessee tonight. What does this one mean to you and for your program? First time since 1926.
It's about these seniors. You know, for us, I mean, man, I got to give a lot of credit to Coach Pruitt and his staff. His football team came out in the second half. Man, they put it down. Man, they go down and score, and it's ball game all over again. This football team and this football program will not be forgotten. These seniors will not be forgotten. We talked about being relevant. We going bowling, baby, and that's what I'm talking about. We're relevant.
Coach, you talk about those seniors. Your quarterback was insane tonight. What did Kyle Shurmur mean to this offense tonight?
Kyle Shurmur stayed right in the middle. He did what he was supposed to do. We talked about it. Don't get too high, don't get too low, stay right in the middle. And that's what he did. I love this dude. Man, he's my quarterback. Man, I've been proud of this young man since the first time he stepped on the field. I love him. He goes out a winner.
You're going bowling, Coach. Congrats.
We're going bowling. Anchor down. Commodore Nation.
Hey, that's a happy man. That is awesome. A happy, happy man. And they're going bowling. Look, they're going bowling. That is fabulous. As the linebacker, Jordan Griffin, throws a strike. Oh, the Vanderbilt Nation happy today. Perhaps the happiest guy here is this man, Derek Mason.
I love that.
His team is going bowling, and they were prepared. Jordan Griffin with a strike right down the middle. Vanderbilt wins it 38-13. Time to get it to the studio. Great night for the Commodores, guys.